Shri Radha Krishna Parikamalina. Number 17. Krishna Padakamale Mana Kemone Lobive Charama Sharana Sri Radha Krishna Padakamale Mana Siradina Goriya O Charanayasha Siradina Ache Devasiya Hey Radhe Krishna Chandra Bhagat Prana Pamare Jugada Bhakti ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनं शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। नारायणं गुरुं वन्दे शरण्यं भक्तबान्धवं गौरमनुविष्णुं पूर्णां राधदास्यं प्रदायकं रूपानुगाचार्यवर्यं रूपं जारिप्रेष्ठकं पतितपावनकरुणीयं युगाचार्य नारायणम्। वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। श्यामसुन्दर श्रीकन्धशेखर स्मिरहासन मुरली मनोहर राधिकर सिकमां कृपानिधे स्वप्रियाचरण किङ्करीं कुरु। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So first of all, I begin offering my most humble obeisances to the dust of the lotus feet of Paramarada Tama Sripad Padma, Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivraj Vachari Ashtotara Satasya Srimad Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudev, and also to Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Ashtotara Satasya Srimad Srila Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Maharaj, and to Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Ashtotara Satasya Srimad Srila Bhakti Sadhaka Muni Goswami Maharaj, and to all Tridandi Sannyas, Brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and to all the assembled devotees here today, my most respectful obeisances. So by the causeless mercy of Srila Gurudeva and all Mahabhagavata Acharyas, we are able to assemble here one more time. So continue with Amrita Vani. The question is number 8. What is devotional service and what is non-devotional service? To retain sensual knowledge is called non-devotional service. Non-devotional service flows through 3 channels: sense gratification, fruitive activities, and the cultivation of impersonal knowledge. To work for our own benefit and for the benefit of others is called karma. To neither work for our own benefit nor for the benefit of others is called jnana. Pleasing the senses of Sri Hari, the transcendental absolute truth, by renouncing both the cultivation of sensual knowledge and impersonal knowledge is called bhakti. I think we read this yesterday, no? This was the last one, yeah. Yes, even the 9 I haven't read, sorry. Okay, this is number 10 now. What is the difference between Vaikuntha and the material world? The spiritual world is the Lord's supremely pleasant original abode, whereas the material world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. Perverted reflection means the example given is of a tree in front of a lake, and the reflection of that tree on the surface of the water shows that the tree is upside down. So this is called perverted reflection. Means everything is in this material world, it is twisted, it is upside down. If there is love, here is lust. If there is seva, here is exploitation, and like that. So the difference between them is that in the spiritual world, everything is fully transcendental, and there is no question of mundane contamination. So this is a very important point. There is no question of mundane contamination in the spiritual world. This is called Vaikuntha, the place without anxieties. So in this way, there is no chance for anyone to fall down from Vaikuntha, right? No one can fall down from Vaikuntha. Sometimes some devotees have this conception that jivas, they fall down from Vaikuntha, but Prabhupada is saying clearly, no contamination. Some jivas, they come from there with some purpose, not even jivas, I mean the parikaras, they come here with some preaching purpose, but this is not mean falling. Even though spiritual qualities resemble material qualities, still the material world is the perversely reflected shadow of the spiritual world. All objects in the material world are destined to be ruined in due course of time. Is that temporary? Happiness in this world is temporary because all material things and conditions are subject to change according to time, place, and persons. The spiritual world is eternal, devoid of dead matter, all auspicious, and full of variegated happiness. adorned with all transcendental qualities and constantly bestows eternal happiness. In the material world, however, there are abominations, displeasures, and scarcities, which constantly create disturbance for the living entities. In our day-to-day life, we all realize these facts. This material world, this is called simit, this is limited, and spiritual world is asimit, unlimited. So if you come, if in some place there is lack of water, and government is supplying some truck with water every day, everyone can only take 1 liter of water, every person. If you try to take half liter more, people will beat you because it's not allowed. You cannot take more than what is required because there is no abundance, there is scarcity of water. But if you go in front of the ocean, you can take as many buckets of water you want. No one will say anything, right? Because there is unlimited water, abundance of water. So in the same way, this is the material world. In the material world, we're always in short. There is always a very limited, quantity of everything. Therefore, people are always fighting. Even love is limited. Everything is limited. But in the spiritual world, there is no limit. There is no limit. There is unlimited love, unlimited opportunity for seva. Even in this world, seva is also limited. There is only certain numbers of seva that you can do. For example, in this temple, there is no limited seva. There is only few seva. If you have 100 people, they can cover everything. If you put more 100, then very difficult, right? Everything is limited. But in the spiritual world, no. There is no limit for seva there. Okay, question 11. What is the difference between a jnani's acceptance of sannyasa and a bhakta's acceptance of sannyasa? Complete sannyasa means executing devotional service to the Lord. To the jnanis who preach Aham Brahmasmi, I am non-different from the Supreme Brahma, sannyasa means to give up service to the Supreme Brahma. While accepting the renounced order of life, they renounce the Lord's service. They are so unfortunate that they cannot understand that actual sannyasa means to constantly engage in the worship of the Supreme Lord. Yes, because you cannot serve Brahma. Brahma is featureless, formless. There is nothing that you can do for Brahma. So how you serve Brahma? You cannot. You can only contemplate Brahma, meditate on Brahma, nothing else. So therefore, jnana sannyasis, they are not able to do bhakti. Actually, what Srila Prabhupada is trying to say is that the bhaktas, they renounce everything only to serve the Supreme Lord. And the jnanis, when they take sannyas, they renounce bhakti and they stay with nothing. That's what he said in a joking way. Yes.
May I ask? Where is the satisfaction then? I mean, because in bhakta, taking sannyas, there's an exchange happening, right? You're serving person, the person is responding to it. But when you're serving like nothingness, I mean, the fun has some end, right? Because there's no pleasure.
Yes.
So what's the meaning? Why to go there? I mean, what is the impulse to go there?
Of the jnanis?
Yeah, I mean like...
There are many reasons, but mainly we can analyze from one perspective that this is one type of illusion that Maya creates, that makes the jiva think that he is Brahma, he is God. And this is one type of punishment. This is one type of punishment due to enviousness towards God. Those who are envious towards God, they become Mayavadis. Because Mayavadis, they believe in God. They're not atheists. But they believe they are God and everyone is God. So this is another type of atheism that is due to envy. So, in this material world, all of us, the common people, everyone, before we take up bhakti, everyone lives a miserable life. Because this material world means miserable life, right? No one is happy. There are so many problems, so many things, and you are always, suffering, and life is beating you. You feel that you are like insignificant, you are nothing, like that. And then someone comes to you and say, no, you are not insignificant. You are God, you are Brahma. Then they think, oh, this is very attractive, Before I was nobody, now I am God. But this is a very good idea. Like that. So it's like a very seductive thing to make people not realize that actually they are insignificant because they are servants. Everyone is servant of God, and that will make you great. If you accept that you are the servant of God, that will make you a very great person. You become very much important. But if you think you are just insignificant for the material world or for any other people, then you will suffer. So a very easy way to escape is by saying, okay, I am God. Then I am very great. But great in the opposite way, right? There are many other things that we could also consider. So the Gyanis are so unfortunate that they cannot understand that the actual sannyasa means to constantly engage in worship of the Supreme Lord. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told, Ki kaj sannyasa bor prem prayojan. What is my duty as a sannyasi? That is to aspire for Krishna prem. Krishna prem is my goal. Prem prayojan. Therefore, the Mayavadi sannyasis altogether renounce interest in Krishna's holy names, forms, qualities, associates, and pastimes. The renunciation of bhaktas is different. Bhaktas renounce material enjoyment and the desire for liberation. The Mayavadis also renounce material enjoyment when they take sannyas, but they also take sannyas from devotional service. That's what Prabhupada was saying. They renounce also the material desires, but they also renounce bhakti, they also renounce their relation with God. And they want liberation. They want liberation, and we don't want liberation. Why we don't want liberation? First of all, liberation is an event. Liberation is naimitic, is temporary. It happens once. Is one time you got liberation, the liberation finished. It happened. But after liberation, then what are you going to do? What is the occupation? What is the nitya dharma of after liberation? They don't discuss. So, and secondly, liberation is also a materialistic activity. Because it has to do with the material world. Liberation from the material world. So the connection is with the material world, not with the spiritual world. So in this way, liberation is a very selfish thing. Therefore, we do not want liberation. But the Mayavadis, they want liberation. The Gyanis, they want liberation. Actually, here he is saying the Gyanis who preach Aham Brahmasmi. Not only all Gyanis preach Aham Brahmasmi. Okay? Because there are Gyanis who are impersonalists and they are not Mayavadis. They are just Brahmavadis. So then later on he begins to say about Mayavadis. But in the first sentence he says Gyanis. It is slightly misleading. Because there are good Gyanis. Not all Gyanis are bad. Not all Gyanis are Mayavadis. Understand? Because you worship the impersonal aspect of God, this is also correct. God has the impersonal aspect. Brahma exists. And you have devotion to Brahma, or you have understanding that you are not Brahma, but you just want to, contemplate Brahma, meditate on Brahma. This is called Jnani. There is nothing wrong with that. Okay? The proper name for those who preach Aham Brahmasmi means Mayavadis. They follow Shankaracharya. Original Jnanis, like the four Kumaras and others, they are not Mayavadis. Four Kumaras before getting changed into Bhaktas. Even Shukadeva Goswami, in the beginning he was a Jnani, he was a Brahma Jnani, Brahmavadi. Then later he's being changed. There are two also stages of Shukadeva Goswami, as well as the four Kumaras like that. They also have lila of changing their conception from Brahmavadis to Bhaktas. Anyway, yesterday I mentioned that actually this book, it was a compilation by Bhakti Mayuka Bhagavat Maharaj. It's not that Prabhupada wrote this. And after that it was also into translation to English. So sometimes there are some that we have to explain. That is actually, I don't know, I don't want to say anything, but sometimes something a little bit different appears that needs to be explained. The Bhaktas take shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Bhakti Devi by renouncing material desires and their attachment to renunciation. The Lord's devotees do not renounce chanting the transcendental name of the Lord, the tip of whose lotus feet are adored by the personified Vedas. They have not considered the holy name a temporary material manifestation, because they come fully under the Holy Master's shelter and serve the holy name. They remain constantly eager to chant. Also, many subjects mixed in the same question, like answer type. Yes, okay. That's the difference between Jnani's acceptance of sannyasa and Bhakta's acceptance of sannyasa. Then, question 12. Who is a materialist? A materialist is one who accumulates material objects for his own pleasure and who engages them as ingredients of his sense gratification. One who accumulates material objects for the Lord's service is not a materialist, but a devotee. You see, he's saying the one who accumulates material objects for Lord's service, he's not a materialist, he's a devotee. It means the devotee can accumulate objects. The devotee should not renounce the world. The devotee should use the world in the service. So there is no need to renounce the objects of the world. We just have to use them for seva. And this is called Yukta Vairagya, right? That Srila Prabhupada has very clearly. Srila Rupa Goswami defined, and Srila Prabhupada, he made it like a proper example. Because even the Goswamis, they were actually not, living fully this Yukta Vairagya. Because they were really Vairagis. They didn't possess anything. But Srila Prabhupada, no. He began his mission in a very sophisticated manner. But nevertheless, he was a sannyasi. He used to drive cars when even the kings of India did not have cars. He used to have the printing machines, make big ashrams, very opulent and very nice, everything. So that was like the real, example of Yukta Vairagya. Even one time, when he was about to send Srila Bhaktivedanta Maharaj to preach in the West, then he told to, because at that time Bon Maharaj, he was not even wearing shoes or socks socks. They were very much, strict. No shoes, no kurta, only dhoti, uttariya, and some chadar in the winter, but never shoes, never socks. But then Srila Prabhupada said, no, you are going to the West, I want you to dress very nice. Because even Srila Prabhupada sometimes used to wear shoes and a nice suit, a nice turban and things like that. All for preaching. He used to sit on the table with the royals from British and discuss many things. So then he told Srila Maharaj that I want you to wear a very nice shoes. So he called Kunja Vihari, his secretary, and told you go and bring the best shoes from shop to Bon Maharaj. You give him, make him wear the shoes and come in front of me. I want to see that. So then he comes and he brings the shoes to Bon Maharaj. And Bon Maharaj was very embarrassed. He said, oh, I am not wearing shoes for many, many years already. But Prabhupada's order I have to put. Then when he came in front of Prabhupada, so Prabhupada said, now your renunciation came to the maximum point. Because you have renounced your own renunciation for the service of Mahaprabhu. So renouncing your own renunciation, this is the real renunciation, this is called Yukta Vairagya. So I should not be attached to, being austere. I have to be attached for service. No matter how is the condition that service may come, I have to do it. Right? So sometimes devotees, they want to be austere. Okay, that's up to them. But sometimes they want to impose this to others. So everyone have to be austere, everyone have to suffer. No, not like that. People sometimes are in different levels and different, understandings, and they can have a comfortable life. Not necessarily. But definitely for some time it's good that everyone should also undergo some type of austerities. Like Srila Prabhupada himself. He was for 10 years chanting only. That was real, austere life. Very much renounced. But for the preaching purpose, you should adopt Yukta Vairagya. Otherwise, for yourself, you can be as simple as possible. Right? Like many acharyas, they began to wear, kurtas. Afterwards, like Mahavir, they wear kurtas. The Bhaktivedanta, Bharati Goswami Maharaj wear kurta. The Bhaktivedanta, Bharati Goswami Maharaj, when he became the secretary of the Chaitanya Gauriya Math, he used to also never wear kurtas or stitched cloths, very simple, torn, old type of, garments. Then he became the secretary. Secretary is the top position, not the president. In India, the secretary is the top position. He is the one who will, control the whole trust, the whole society. That is the secretary. Not the president is just like a honor type of position, just for honoring. He's our, he's giving blessing. He's, our inspiration like that. But the one who will say, do this, not do this, and control the money, this is the secretary. So Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj, he became the secretary, and then after some time, some God brothers came and told, look, you have to dress properly, because you have to meet with dignitaries, you have to meet with government people, you have now to meet with many, businessmen, you have to collect to maintain this mat and everything. How do you dress like this? People will not respect you. You have to see the world from their perspective, not from your perspective. From your perspective, you'll be like the Goswamis, just wearing a one door and kopin and everyday different trees. But this is not what Prabhupada wanted. Prabhupada wanted us to be in the society and making bridges towards people to bring them in. We have to somehow adjust ourselves. We not be fully like them, but also we not be fully like the Goswamis. Otherwise, we just be isolated in one side, and Prabhupada don't want that. Prabhupada wants us to dialogue, with the society, to connect and make, tentacles, and bridges and connections. And people have to, look to you and say, okay, this is a nice person to have among ourselves. He's not dirty. He's he's not smelling bad. He uses, perfume and things like that. He's like, sociable person, huh? Sociable person. This is how a devotee should be. And that doesn't mean that he's a materialistic person. Like Srila Swami Prabhupada. He took to another level even. He was very opulent. His ISKCON is still very opulent. In his times also, he used to wear silky cloth, and to eat very opulently and have like very nice rooms and things. If you compare that to the Gaudiya Math standard, it's like 1 to 100. So, but doesn't mean that he was enjoying that and he was living like a materialistic person. No, that was his way to accomplish his preaching and to be able to attract important people who would fund and help the mission to expand. And this is how they grew so much. This is how they grew so much. It is not possible to differentiate between a material enjoyer and a devotee on the basis of their respective activities, but it is possible to differentiate by studying the motivation of each. So what to speak of sannyasis? We can talk about a grihastha devotee. He can be a very big businessman, very successful. He can have a very big house, comfortable house. He can eat very nice. But what is his motivation? He wants to serve Krishna. So whatever he's getting, he's serving Guru, Vaishnavas and Krishna. In his house there is a deity. Whatever is being cooked, he's offering. So from the external point of view, he looks like a general businessman. But the motivation is different. My Guru Maharaj had a couple of devotees who were very successful businessmen, either in India or in the West, America or England. And my Guru told them, your business actually is my business. I am running your business. You don't understand, but I am running your business. Your duty is only to do seva and bhajan. Let your business, that I will do it. And some of them took it so seriously that they completely, relaxed. And they used to go for a job with Japamala and go to the meetings and just be quiet and things were running and money was pouring in and they fund the mission very nicely. So I have seen this with my own eyes. And as soon as my Gurudev left this world, their business also reduced drastically, automatically. And now they have enough just to maintain themselves and live comfortable, but not that much as before. Because Gurudev told, it's my business. So as soon as Gurudev left, he took his share and he went away. Understand? So we see these things, this miracle like. It happens with few of, actually with all the main ones, it happens like that. That Gurudev mentioned like this. And all of them, they speak and they say that they felt that Gurudev was controlling everything. They were completely, tensionless. No even looking for business, anything. Business was just running and being like profitable. One who eats for personal sense gratification is a materialist. One who eats to maintain the body for Krishna's service is a devotee. A devotee is neither a material enjoyer nor a dry renunciant, but a servant of the Lord. We are not a materialistic person. Also, we are not like a renunciant, like an ascetic, just want to give up the world like the Buddhists or any people like that. Like some people who think that because we are monks, we have made the vow of poverty. I never made a vow of poverty. I have to deal with money, I have to deal with things. I have to travel and move and maintain and do things. So devotee is just a servant of Krishna, no matter. A devotee engages wealth, material objects and everything in this world in the Lord's service. Like my Gurudev, he never wear even a watch or chain, anything like that. His rooms are very simple rooms with the basic things, nothing opulent. But he built big temples, very opulent, deities and this and that, big parikramas, because everything he was collecting, he was only using for seva, for himself, nothing. And there is something interesting here that he's saying, one who eats for personal sense gratification is a materialistic, and one who eats to maintain the body for Krishna service is a devotee. Yes, in some sense, yes. But devotees, they also enjoy prasadam. Devotees also enjoy prasadam. Because in this case here, you have to consider this is a pure devotee. A pure devotee, he will never enjoy anything. He will only serve. Right? We have to be, to which level of devotee are we talking about? Pure devotees, they serve prasadam because it's not different from Radha Krishna. They have this realization. Devotees who are beginners, they don't have the realization. They heard that the prasadam is not different from Radha Krishna, but they don't have realization. So how they can serve that? They have no capacity for serving that, to do seva. So what they will do? They will use their senses and they will enjoy Mahaprasad. And by taking Mahaprasad, then gradually they will purify and some realizations will come. Sometimes devotees think that if we cook what we like and offer to Krishna, then it is sense gratification. No, it's not sense gratification. In the Bhaktivedanta Sindhu Rupa Goswami explains the 64 limbs of bhakti. One of them, this is called Nija Priya Vastu Samarpanam. I think number 52. Nija Priya means what is dear to you? Vastu Samarpanam. To offer to Krishna what is dear to you. This is also a limb of pure bhakti. Right? So in the purport, so Vishwanath Thakur, he explains that Krishna is very happy when his devotees are happy. If the devotee offers to Krishna what Krishna likes, what he doesn't like, or the devotees don't like, then Krishna is not happy. Understand? But if you offer to Krishna what Krishna likes and what you like, then Krishna is most happy. So to offer, you like to eat pizza, you like to eat whatever, according to every culture, you have their own delicious food, whatever they like. And everyone is offering that to Krishna. There is not that one thing that only Krishna can eat, this. No. Of course, Krishna has his favorite things. But that's not maybe the favorite things for all the devotees. So in that case, if you offer just trying to please Krishna, but you cannot please the devotees, Krishna is not happy actually. Can you wake up in the morning and take butter and mishri, makhan mishri? Can you eat that in the morning? You cannot. You cannot become like, you can't swallow that, You have to taste a little bit just to honor that Mahaprasad. Because this taste is only for Krishna. He has this special thing, And Krishna, he eats also many varieties of sweets, and fried things, and this. We cannot maintain this diet. We have to eat what is healthy and favorable for our body. And that also includes, of course, what is tasty, because bodily health also means eating tasty food. Ayurveda said that. If you do not use spices, this is called tamasic food. Sattvic food must have spices. And then Rajasic food is the one who are having like excess of spices and plus the heat, like chili and other things, and ginger and oil, a lot of oil, and sugar, a lot of sugar. So then becomes Rajasic. But nevertheless, devotees, they need also some Rajas. Because Rajas means movement. So we need energy to serve. So you can see that those who are always engaged, especially in the mud and all these things, they need a little bit of Rajasic food to make them move. Especially according to their bodily type, Like for example in India, their food is Rajasic mostly. Very spicy, very sweet, very oily. everyone is offering whatever they like. You go to China, they offer different things. You go to Italy, they offer different things. No one can eat only the Indian standard or the Goloka Vrindavani standard because our bodies are according to what we have taken birth. And we cannot deny this fact. We cannot deny this fact. I born in Brazil. Where did you born?
Czech.
In Czech Republic. You in Ukraine. We have our body has memory from what you ate your whole childhood or teenagehood, your whole life. And the body needs that to again feel alive. So in this way we should not be, too much mental in all these things and just focus on what is favorable to keep your health for do seva. If everything you are doing this is for seva, then this is pure bhakti. Understand? This should be the consideration. This is saying here that the devotee is only engaging Krishna seva. So this is called Shuddha Bhakti. So if you like borscht or anything like that, kachpuri, you know what kachpuri means? Very delicious. It's a bread full of cheese. It's a very nice thing. They do very well in Ukraine. And other things like that, Selzniki, very nice things. If you need that, you just take that. What is the problem? But offer first to Krishna. That's the only requirement. That's the only requirement. You see, even our acharyas, they have their likes and dislikes. And we are always cooking what they like, right? They're not eating anything. They don't eat just because it is prasadam. There is no. But sometimes the neophyte devotees, they have this mentality. It's prasadam, no problem, I eat whatever. No, not like that. Okay, for some time you can do, but afterwards you fall sick, right? So in this way, if you compare our acharyas, our recent acharyas, with the 6 Goswamis, if you compare them, big difference, huh? 6 Goswamis, what they used to eat, a handful of sprouted chickpeas, some dried chapatis, not even chapati, that ball that Sanatana Goswami used to make, without salt. They used to survive on these things. But if you give this to our acharyas, is it correct? You give this to Gurudev? Not possible. You want to give him a feast, very opulent, very nice, very tasty. This is Vaishnava culture. Vaishnava culture is half prasad seva. Half is prasad seva. Because we're eating 3 times a day, sometimes 5. If you count the in between, like the snacks, the fruits, 5 times a day we eat. So it is actually a big, important thing to take nice prasadam, healthy prasadam. And even I tell you, in India now, the Indians, they are coming to a realization that they cannot eat so opulent. Because in the past, when the mission was poor, they were very slow in the oil, very slow in sugar, very slow in things. Sometimes even they would skip breakfast. Like in Mathura, Keshavji Gauriya Math, there was no breakfast in the old times. Only for Thakurji, something offered, and for devotees, no, only eating from lunch. So everyone was healthy. No sugar problem, no diabetes, no high pressure, nothing. Everyone was so enthusiastic. As soon as the mission was growing, becoming rich, every day is like a feast. Every day is this much oil floating in the bucket, and fried this, fried that, sugar, sweets, a lot, many things. And gradually everyone was getting sick, and even early age, like before 40s, already having diabetes and anything like that. Now everyone is thinking different. Okay, we have to stop. We cannot be like that, Indian people is very unhealthy. In general, very unhealthy. They are realizing that, So these things are everywhere, not only in the West. Westerns are more health conscious. They think more, okay, little oil only, not many fried things, because they know, they use good quality oil, cold pressed oil, use butter. But in India they have the worst quality oil, the cheapest oil, goes directly to your liver and causes damage to your liver. How do you maintain your life like that? So not too much one side, not too much the other side. In balance, in between. This is very, very important. So what is that? This is called Nija Priya Vastu Samarpana. To offer to Krishna what is dear to you, Nija, to your own. So don't feel that, oh, I cannot offer to Krishna chocolate or ice cream or milkshake because it will be sense gratification. Baba, you are in a stage of sense gratification still. Everything you do is sense gratification. You are a beginner, you are a neophyte devotee. Therefore, Swami Prabhupada used to say, eat till the neck. Eat till the neck. This prasadam is more helpful than you try to control your stomach now. Now you need a lot of prasadam. And by the mercy of prasadam, you'll be able to conquer your senses gradually. And then you come to the level of Madhyamadikari. And then Madhyamadikari, he knows, I cannot eat too much because I have to do seva next. If I eat too much, I'll be completely finished. Sleepiness will come, disease will come. So everything will be done accordingly, As time you will be adjusting your standards and coming to the point of only eating what is necessary. Yes, Maharaj. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo Vancha Kalpatarvishya Krivas Yudevacha Patitanam Bhavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namo. Oh, I'm just remembering Kachpuri and Sesniki. My mouth is